People can't afford housing anymore. We have a crisis in our country.
To rent a one-bedroom, you need to make $26.62 an hour in LA, $19.02 an hour in Dallas, $27.96 an hour in DC, and $34.63 an hour in Boston. A lot of people just can't afford rent, and that's why tiny homes matter.
This is a great solution for housing.
They're not just a solution for low-income or homeless populations, but millennials from coast to coast, burdened by mortgages and house chores.
It makes it more attainable for, the millennial generation, because my boyfriend's a millennial as well, and, we're riddled by a bunch of student loan debt, and, we're trying to emerge into the workforce, so, we don't necessarily have the income to make a $300,000 home attainable.
With that in mind, developers began work in 2016 to build the first fully committed tiny house neighborhood in the country, in a small North Texas suburb called Lake Dallas. But problems with zoning and permitting came quickly.
It's hard because it's not a regular home, but it's not a mobile home. And it's not, so there were sometimes roadblocks of moving forward because it didn't fit into the normal avenues that a normal home or normal mobile home would fit into.
There are a lot of tiny home villages going in on outside of city limits. It's inside of city limits that really needs a boost.
Right, cities need the boost. 2/3 of renters say they can't afford to buy a home.
Just to make it simple for a lot of people that can't afford, regular housing. That's my overall goal for me. It's just I want to teach people that you don't need the actual necessities that society teaches you to have. You don't need all that stuff. This is my first home ownership across the board.
Taisha Walton was one of the first to move into the tiny house village in Lake Dallas.
More than enough room.
She's neighbors with YouTubers Merrick and Cobe Bush.
We're on our exit.
Who are now also permanent residents.
So excited.
But tiny homes may have an even higher societal purpose, helping people struggling with homelessness.
We have a homeless problem. A lot of veterans are sleeping on our streets, under our bridges.
So, Operation Tiny House is moving 52 veteran families into tiny homes under 200 square feet. In Seattle, the Low Income Housing Institute partnered with the city to build tiny house villages for the homeless. In Detroit, residents are given tiny homes after they participate in a 7-year community program. And in Austin, Community First Village has a 27-acre master plan for small homes for the homeless. So, if tiny homes are so great and do so much good, why aren't they just popping up everywhere? Normally, because of underdeveloped city ordinances like the ones in Lake Dallas. And after that, public perception and profitability for urban developers comes into play. Part of the apprehension was people were anticipating something that was not as nice as what they got.
Yes, I think that they're probably surprised when they see them because they are also unique and they are well constructed.
In Lake Dallas, developers worked to amend the International Residential Code, adding Appendix Q specifically for tiny homes. In California, a new law makes it easier to permit a backyard tiny house in populated urban cores. And other cities around the country have allowed mobile home and RV parks to convert into tiny house neighborhoods. What does the alternative lifestyle mean to you?
The freedom, both financially and to do some of the things that I'd like to do more of, such as travel.
So now that you are in here and you get to actually sense the space, what is can you do it? Is it enough?
I can do it. I have no question I can do it.
There are cities that are stepping up that want that cutesy thing. They want something different. They want something that people will talk about. They want something that people will come and see.
I honestly feel like within the next maybe 5 to 6 years, this will be the actual lifestyle people will live. They won't say it, but I feel like people will have a lot more simpler lifestyle of living within the next 5 to 6 years. I really, really think so. Because it keeps everything, the cost down on everything.